Nerd Prom's back. Joe's media lapdogs packed into the White House Correspondents' Dinner, and unlike Fox, they're making believe that they've been hard-hitting on the Biden brain drain scandal since day one. Axios' Alex Thompson tried to cosplay as some fearless truth-teller after scooping up an award for his reporting on Biden's malfunctioning mind. Watch.
But being truth-tellers also means telling the truth about ourselves. We, myself included, missed a lot of this story. We should have done better.
So you weren't there over the weekend, were you?
No, I wasn't. In fact, I was in the heartland of America. I was in Tennessee and South Carolina. Doing some live shows.
I thought you were going to say Soho.
You know, that too. The media is a seeing eye dog that's gone rabid. There's no going back. They can't tell us what a story is and what isn't. He set up this whole thing as like, we missed this story, as though it was unintentional. No, when you miss, it's not like missing your Botox appointment because you overslept. You had, 60 million people as your alarm clock telling you, look, this guy's crazy. This guy's crazy. You missed it. It's intentional. And now you're making excuses for it. Alex Thompson was on Twitter making excuses for a lot of Biden stuff. Now he's seen the light because he's got a book out. Good for him. But, it wasn't like the rest of the press was held hostage by militants, so they couldn't report on it. They were held hostage by their cowardice and their bias. It was fun to see my producer in the audience there. It was one full table or two tables of Fox, the only people that should not be included when he said we missed it. Right. He should have made it. He should have said, except for Fox.
I'm going to take an issue with a couple things. First, Annie Linsky of the Wall Street Journal was writing these very same things along the way. Alex Thompson actually started about a year before the debate. He was writing these things. The point I wish that they would have made, that he would have made, and he would have made on behalf of Fox and Annie Linsky at the Wall Street Journal, is that how dare the spokespeople at the White House try to trash them and say that they were lying. And the cover-up was all coming from inside the House. I think it would have been an opportunity not to say, I think Alex Thompson being way too polite, saying, well, we missed it. No, collectively, no, he didn't. Annie Linsky didn't. But you'll never, the things from the White House that they were saying about these reporters was so outrageous, and they should have been called out in a much bigger way. The rest of the media, yes, absolutely. But if I had had that opportunity, if I had been there in Alex Thompson's shoes, I would have gone after them.
Just to bounce back at your attack on me, your unbridled attack on my facts, Alex Thompson tweeted, Biden's weird phrases are sometimes weaponized by the GOP to insinuate the 80-year-old president is in mental decline. But he's been using these unique phrases for years. He was always apologizing for them. Apology accepted, Dana.
All right.
I'm going to still disagree.
There is a little bit of a cover-up of the cover-up going on now.
Here's the bottom line. They not only covered it up, they lied about it. They pretended they didn't know about it. And now they want to profit off it. And they don't want to admit who was telling the truth. So I should feel better because he got up there and made a statement to try to get some kind of value or credibility back with the American people. The American people will never give them credibility back. I don't care if it's a cover-up or they lied or what they did. They're not credible. They're not believable. That's all.
I give people the benefit of the doubt. Now that he wants to come around, I take that. I do agree they should have done a better job at this. The media needs more Woodwards and Bernsteins, and hopefully this is the first step to helping us get there.
They need more Gutfelds and Waters.
They need more
Yes.
Annie Linsky.
How about that?
Yeah, she did it. That's the whole
Or
point
Annie.
Dana's
Well,
making.
Annie Linsky's already,
Dana
she's
is-
been rough. Why are you
Guys.
getting mad at me?
Guys.
They were
No,
wrong.
because
Guys.
they need Woodward
I worked for
We want to talk about
Belichick.
Belichick. Can we talk about Belichick? All right. Legendary NFL coach Bill Belichick gets deflated by his girlfriend. Next. Click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You won't get it anywhere else.